The Year Show. Say hello, everybody.
Hello, everybody.
Hey.
I
In tune. Sorry, guys. Some of you had to share that mic. It's so great to be back here on the Shine Box. Thank you, WPVM LP 103.7. And thank you, Grail Movie House, for holding my spot, our spot on the block. How do you feel, guys? How was your holiday season? How you doing?
it was good. We holidayed.
Too short.
Nice, nice. Guys, get the mic a little closer to your mouth there, a little bit. All right, guys. Well, we got a lot to talk about tonight, so we're just going to jump into it with my little mini-me T-Rex, and let's talk about it. I got to show you, ladies and gentlemen, these little things here, the balls of pretension. I told these guys they are more than welcome to throw them at me when I get pretentious and silly in my top 10 list tonight. We all have a good one, don't we?
And it was actually me that said that I was more than happy.
More than happy. Hey, George Carlin said that you cannot be more than happy. We'll just jump right into it, guys. We don't have much time here on the Shine Box. What do you think of your of the year this year, 2018, as compared to last year?
Well,
Dun dun dun.
as compared to last year, you know, yeah,
Uh-huh.
better than 2016. Maybe not as good as 2017.
I kind of agree.
To me, there were some movies, and then I saw.
There
some.
were shiny things on the big screen.
Pictures.
Shiny things. Yeah.
No, I think in general, I think it was as good as it's been the last couple of years.
Blaine, how about you, buddy? What do you think?
I thought there were some really good documentaries this year, which I don't usually get into.
A lot of great ones. We'll get into them later. There was RBG, which I missed. There was The Three Identical Strangers, which I cannot believe I missed because that was at the Grail for so long. Thank you, Grail. At first, it didn't grab me, but I kept hearing great
film.
better and better things, and I went to go see it. It was gone. So that was my procrastination getting me trouble again. All right, guys. Let's just, we don't have much time. Let's do it. What do you? That's right. We don't have much time, Jason. You're absolutely right.
We don't have much time.
Let's do it. Honorable mentions for 2018. Blaine, you go first, buddy.
Honorable mention,
Don't have much time.
Bohemian Rhapsody.
Okay, you're fine. Where's that trap door button? I forgot. Where's that trap? It's been a while since I've been here in the studio.
See it for the last 20 minutes. As good as any 20 minutes as you'll see.
Hey, it's fun. I can't argue with that. Guys, what do you think?
Haven't seen it.
Yeah, it's decent. It's decent. There's some problems with it. I mean, it's no doors or anything, but
It's no doors. That's right. Hey, it's a fun time. Not that good. Great acting, though. Rami Malek deserves all the praise. Wouldn't you agree, Blaine?
Well, we'll see what happens. He got one award the other night, right? With the
Yes,
Golden Globes.
the Golden Globes. Yeah. Did y'all see that?
I don't watch award shows.
I was washing my hair.
Doing the important things. Yes.
I was flossing.
I only watch the important award show, right, fellows? Oh, yes, there it is. There it is. Jason, some honorable mentions from you, buddy.
Let's see. Game Night, I think, is
Best comedy of the year.
honorable
Absolutely.
mention.
Absolutely.
That was a movie that I didn't expect much going into, and then I saw it. And
I'm surprised you saw that. Or is that a Brew movie for you?
I saw most of the movies I see are at the Brew, but yeah,
Nothing wrong with that. We love the Brew.
that one. Tully was it was pretty good.
I actually enjoyed Tully.
Yeah,
I really
there
liked
was
it. Was
some-
it was Fight Club for chicks.
Well, it's kind of
That makes sense if you see it. I'm sorry. That makes sense if you see it.
yeah.
Patrick, how about Tully? What do you think, bud?
Haven't seen Tully. I did see Game Night. I didn't care for it.
I saw Game Night. It was fun.
This guy doesn't laugh at movies anymore. What's going on?
I do. I laugh at
One
fun-
of them
I
we'll
laugh
talk
at-
about next week.
I
We'll talk
laugh-
about that one next week.
I laugh at funny movies. I do. Okay, so for my honorable mentions, I'm going to throw out Brian Taylor's Mom and Dad.
Oh,
Yes.
wow.
Oh, yeah.
I saw that on Netflix. I had a great time, but I knew this is awful. My friends were like, "Why are you watching this? What are you doing?"
I think it's a brilliant piece of trash.
It's a trash masterpiece.
It is
Sure,
a
I can go
trash
that far.
masterpiece. But that's Brian Taylor, man. If you've ever seen Gamer or you've seen Ghost Rider 2 or the Crank movies, that's what he does.
Well, tell our great audience out there, what is Mom and Dad?
It's basically for some unknown reason, some high-pitched frequency makes parents go crazy and want to kill their kids.
Yeah, they exchange zombies for parents, right?
Yeah, but they're not zombies. They're acting completely, without rhyme or reason. They just are compelled to try and murder their children.
Right? Hey, that it was crazy, but it's no. Like I said before, when I saw it, it's no Wolf Cop. It can't be as great as that masterpiece.
But that's the thing. It's like Brian Taylor. I think he's. I really like what he does. His stuff is so trashy.
It's fun.
Yeah, it always goes over the line. And Nicolas Cage gives it a bizarre performance, as you really want from Nick Cage.
There you go, which we will get to in a moment, right, Jason?
That's correct.
Nicolas Cage movies. More honorable mentions. Mine is, I want to put this in the top 10 so bad, but maybe it's too crazy for its own good. Sorry to Bother You by Boots Riley. Powerful political satire right up my alley. But yeah, like I said, maybe it's too crazy. Nothing you can say is spoil-free about that movie. I so want to put it in my top 10, but it was just so fresh, so crazy for a new film, first film. I can't wait for his second.
Yeah,
you guys saw that.
It was on. It was on my top 10. I don't know exactly where it was because
Cool. We'll get to
list
that.
them. But I think it was a very audacious film. It was wild. It was out there, but it also had a nice message about consumerism. And,
Sure did. I love that. I love it. It's a message.
And like poverty and stuff like that.
Message.
I hate message movies so much.
It wasn't really a message.
No, it was a satire, and that's fine. And I thought it was really good. I just didn't like the third act. I thought the third act really let the movie down.
Blaine, thoughts? I'm sure you. Oh, I can't speak. I'm sure you saw. Sorry to bother you. Yes.
I didn't see that film.
Well, we're not bothered. Go see it. It's fantastic. Great film by Boots Riley. One honorable mention I'm going to throw out there. No one saw. And Blaine, you and I saw it. Puzzle. Criminally overlooked sweet drama about a shy but strong housewife who wants more in life. Great performance by, I'm going blank on the name, forgive me. She was the Josh Brolin's wife in No Country for Old Men. Outstanding Scottish actor.
Yeah, Emily. No, not Emily.
Emily Mortimer?
No, it's not Emily Mortimer, but I can't remember this actress's
I know
name. But I know
Right.
what you're talking about.
Check it out, guys. It's Puzzle. Fantastic, sweet film. Nobody saw it. Check it out. More honorable mentions, guys. Jason. No. Blaine?
I have one that, I don't know if you guys saw it, Julie Naked. Really, I thought a good film with Rose Byrne and Ethan Hawke. And it's a sweet film. It's a romantic
Is
film.
that the one Ethan Hawke directed?
I don't know if he directed it.
I think it was his directorial debut. He did that this year, right?
But
No, I don't believe it.
it's also-
I'm not
Okay,
sure, but
okay.
his directorial debut was Chelsea Walls.
Oh,
This,
fantastic.
this also starred a guy like Chris Dowd. in
Oh,
it,
yes,
and
he's good.
It's about somebody has an obsession with a rock singer. And again, probably nobody saw it, but a really good film if you get a chance to catch it.
Cool. I'll check it out. Blaine, honorable mention.
My name is not Blaine.
I mean,
This fine
Ian,
this
Patrick
fine gentleman right here
Mendez.
is Blaine.
Ian Patrick Mendez.
Yeah,
Pew, pew,
my other
pew.
honorable mention is Thoroughbreds by director Corey Finley.
Oh, I so wanted to see that. It looked
Yeah.
really eerie, very creepy. I had no idea what was going on in the trailer. I love that.
Yeah, and I don't know if after seeing the movie I would say it's eerie or creepy. I mean, it's really well constructed. It really plays with your expectations. And Olivia Cook, who's a great young actress, gives a stand-up performance. So good.
I had some online critic, one of those YouTubers, said it was a modern-day Heathers. Is that accurate?
No.
Okay, they were wrong. They were wrong. I want to throw out these two. They're actually can be one category. This is my last honorable mention. One of these I know Ian Patrick Mendez you're going to talk about next week. But this is the hotel noir movies. I love both Hotel Artemis and Bad Night at the El Royale. Of course, the latter is better, but the former had cool style, a cool subtle message about the future. I dug it. I thought they were cool action movies. One of them, the El Royale, was like a Quentin Tarantino movie set in the 50s. I know you dug one of those. Did you guys see those? Anyone? Bueller?
No, I didn't get a chance to catch them.
Well, you're missing out. If you just wake up going, I need to see some hotel noir, go see them both. Right, Ian Patrick Mendez?
Bad Times at the El Royale is really fantastic. Hotel Artemis, on the other hand, I know you're getting ready to throw that at me, is a poorly written and poorly constructed movie.
I'm going to bring down the whole roof. That's what I'm going to do. Those are some fun honorable mentions. All right. Before we get into the top 10, anything else you want to say before your top 10, fellas?
I have one more honorable mention.
Please do.
And my list is completely different than everybody else's, but I'll throw in Instant Family. And it's definitely not a film for you,
What?
T-Rex, with Mark Wahlberg and Rose Byrne. Anything Rose Byrne is in, I'm going to see it.
I like Rose Byrne too.
Yeah, she's so good in this, and it's just a feel-good, romantic, your kind of film.
I know something's going on today because it's hot in January, and you're saying this Hallmark movie is one of the best of the year. Get out of town.
I called it honorable mention.
I'm just playing. Hey, it's an opinion. You enjoyed it. That's awesome.
Can I throw out one
please
more?
go ahead,
All
sir.
right, just one more. And it's How to Talk to Girls at Parties.
So
It
looks
John
so
Cameron
cool.
Mitchell.
Yes,
Mitchell.
JCM.
It's based on a short story by Neil Gaiman. And it's like if you ever saw any of the punk rock cinema from the 70s, it's a lot of homages to films like Jubilee, and just a really sweet love story as well.
Who is in it?
Elle Fanning.
Elle Fanning.
Elle Fanning and Nicole Kidman.
And JCM, John Cameron Mitchell, Hedwig himself. It looks so cool. It looks super cool.
It's a really fun movie.
It reminded me of the same vibe as, the Mermaid movie, The Lure.
Very, very,
A little
very
bit.
different, but yeah, I can see where you're going with
Yeah, I dug that. Good choice there, Ian Patrick Mendez. Awesome. All right, dun, dun, dun. Getting the ball of pretension ready. Let's do it, fellas. The top 10 of 2018 in film. What you got for number 10, Blaine?
Number 10, I don't know if it's in order, but might be Three Identical Strangers, a documentary.
Excellent choice.
Good film about these three brothers who don't know they're brothers. People should catch it.
Yes, apparently it was a huge story in the 80s, but I do not remember. I was probably too young to watch the news. But tell us the story. The three boys were stolen from the hospital and then
It's separated.
and
And
then found each other in adulthood?
One person found one of the brothers, and then a couple of years later, the third brother appears, and then they talk, as you said, about the story that they were all stolen from a hospital or separated by a hospital as part of an experiment. Again, I had never heard of it until I saw the film, but good stuff.
Can we mention the experiment on the air, or is that a spoiler?
Well, I think we mentioned.
Sorry, I'm multitasking here, man. My bad.
No, we mentioned it. The idea being they were separated to see if environment can make a difference in people's lives.
Interesting.
So they had somebody had a lot of money, somebody didn't have a lot of money, and they wanted to see if it could make a difference. And then they got caught doing it, and all hell broke loose.
Yes, it was a huge hit. So congratulations to them. I love when small documentaries make a big splash. Before we move on, thoughts on that one, guys?
Didn't see it. I'm sorry. I wanted to. I read about it, but
I've heard good things, but I haven't seen it.
Right on. Well, we'll go on down the road here. 10 for you, Jason. Number 10.
moving on down the road.
Moving on down the road.
Mine are not really in order, so I'm just
Sure.
going to mention things that weren't on your lists or somewhere. So I'll start with a Black Klansman.
Excellent.
yeah.
One of Spike Lee's best.
I was going to say, it kind of fits in there with Sorry to Bother You, and it's funny they came out kind of at the same time, but it's very much it has a message to today's society, and yeah, it was very funny, but it's also kind of like scary, like
Yes.
and
Yet he finds perfect moments to put in much needed humor.
Yeah.
Definitely.
and some good performances all around.
Yes, you have Denzel, I forget his name, pardon me, but you have Denzel Washington's son in the titular role.
Yeah.
Yeah, you speaking of powerful, especially those last 5 minutes. Just my gut was
the
upside
bomb.
down.
Yeah, it was crazy. Even though I found out later that was kind of a dramatic license that never happened, unfortunately. But
True, but it works.
It
It works.
But
But
what
what
made
really
a good movie?
what got me is those last minutes with
yeah.
actual news footage from
Yeah.
a horrible event in Virginia with that orange idiot in the movie. So yeah, I can go on and on. I love Black Klansman. Yes,
Yeah.
definitely good choice.
A great movie.
Yeah. Ian, you want to go with your 10, buddy?
My 10 is a tie.
Ooh.
I have Terminal by director Von Stein and Assassination Nation by Sam Levinson. And I think-
Please tell us about, because I missed both way under my radar, my 6'8" radar. I missed them both.
Well, these are, for my top 10, these are my two trash, I got to put some trash on my list. And Terminal stars Margot Robbie, Simon Pegg, Mike Myers, Dexter Fletcher, and Jeremy Irons' son, Max Irons. And it's essentially, it's kind of a noir, but it really hits Alice in Wonderland illusions with a sledgehammer. And
Interesting.
it's very trashy, kind of a double cross kind of movie. It doesn't make much sense in the end, but it's very, very stylish, and Margot Robbie is fantastic. And then
She is great, isn't
yeah,
she?
she is. She's fantastic. And then Assassination Nation is probably the best satire I have seen of the modern age.
Who directed it?
So far. That's Sam Levinson, and I think he's Barry Levinson's son. Yeah.
Gotta love that nepotism.
Yeah, man.
Hey, I'd use it if I had it, right?
Of course
right?
you would. Of course you would.
You mentioned Irons in the other movie, Terminal. Did he inherit his father's amazing voice?
He has a good voice, yeah. He's
Well.
very, very, very good looking young man.
Silly question. I just love Jeremy Irons.
Oh, Jeremy
love
Irons
Jeremy
is
Irons.
great, yeah. But Assassination Nation, it's super trashy. It's kind of like a chat room come to life. It's like, I described Twitter as, witnessing a mob at a public hanging. That's kind of what this movie is. And
Right on.
I recommend it highly.
Who else was in it?
I can't think of anybody that is a big name in the movie.
I will check them out. Check them out, definitely. Real quick, I wanted to go back and let me mention this. I saw the list when you sent it to me, and you were the only one. I guess sometimes critics were talking about being really pretentious, but the big critics, all the big critics I read, put Terminal on their worst of the year. Are they crazy? What are we missing here?
Okay. I mean, sure. I mean,
No, I mean,
it's a movie that
Nothing wrong with being on the best of.
No, I think that it's super stylish. It inhabits its own world, or it creates its own world rather, and it's the way it's constructed. I could see it doesn't make much sense. I don't think many people would really like it. I think it's really really well acted, and it's a case of style over substance, and I was totally with it.
Cool. And you would say it's maybe one of the most original movies of the year?
I don't know.
That's
I
a
mean,
big thing.
I don't know original. I mean, it's a first film from a first time director, so there are a lot of allusions to other films. It color scheme in some ways reminds me of like Dario Argento's Suspiria. It reminds me of Blade Runner. It reminds me of Big Sleep, kind of film noir. Again, it hits the Alice in Wonderland illusions with a sledgehammer.
Awesome.
Yeah,
I'll
so-
definitely check this out.
Yeah,
on your
it's-
recommendation?
Yeah, I mean, it's not going to be for everyone. I think most people probably hate it on some level, but I really
Right.
enjoyed it.
Cool. Well, quickly, while we're losing, I'll just go on down here. Number 10, my number 10. Now, my top 10 is crazy this year. It's like, they're like mood rings. They could be rings from the Mandarin, I could switch these around, and any of these could be number 1. Number 10 is Vice. Adam McKay's powerhouse punch satire of Dick Cheney. Not as hard-hitting as Big Short, but just as important. Definitely give Bale the Oscar for this one. No contest on that. Guys I'm sure you've heard of it. Have you guys seen Vice yet or going to?
I haven't seen it yet, but I really want to. It might have displaced some of my other ones on my list if I had seen it.
Yeah, no spoilers here, but there's this monologue at the end that kind of makes you almost sympathize or remind yourself that Dick Cheney's a human being, even though he did these horrible, evil things. But it reminds you, he did it for his country. He was serving his country. And it's just an incredible performance. Great monologue by Christian Bale. See it. Go ahead, Ian.
Well, no, I haven't seen it. I wanted to see it.
It's like you were just dying to say something.
Well, that's all I was going to say.
Okay.
Well, I did have thoughts about,
Well, I know you're not the
seeing-
biggest Big Short fan, so I knew that.
Well, no, Big Short. It's a very overrated movie. It's very poorly constructed. It's very sloppy.
Blaine, thoughts on Vice? Have you seen it?
Haven't seen it. Want to very much.
Excellent. All right, number 9, team. What's your number 9? Blaine?
I'll go a film that you guys haven't seen probably, but The Land of Steady Habits.
Oh,
It's
hello. I know nothing. Go
a
ahead.
really good film about a guy who's going through sort of a midlife crisis. A guy I wasn't familiar with. You may know him, Ben Mendelsohn. Mm-hmm. You know the name, the actor.
Yeah, he's Q. He's the new Q
Wow, is he
in the Bond movies.
Oh, is he really?
Oh no, that's Ben Whishaw.
Oh, I'm sorry. My bad.
Close enough. But anyway,
The Ben you're talking about, he was in Rogue One.
Okay.
But-
Thank you.
I hadn't really followed him, but powerful actor. The whole show is just such a good film, and it's touching, it's sad, it's funny, it's really interesting film. I believe you can catch it on Netflix or HBO. I think it's Netflix. Good film.
Definitely. Number 9, Jason.
I'm going to talk about a documentary that is awesome, and we're in the age of superheroes. This is a real life kind of superhero, a free solo. It's about this free climber. His name is Alex Honnold, and he climbs without ropes the face of El Capitan out in Yosemite Park, and that's 3,000 feet. That is almost twice the size of the Empire State Building without ropes. It's just it's like a nail biter. Of course, if you do any research, you know what happens, but just to watch it and like hear the interviews and the cinematography by the director Jimmy Shin, who is also a climber, is just incredible. And I saw it at the Grail. It'd be a great one to see on IMAX just for.
Oh, it's spectacular. My hat's off to people who can do the rock climbing. That is incredible. And thank you for Grail for showing that. And they had it a while, so thank you, Grail Movie House. Number 9, Ian Patrick Mendez.
I've got another tie. It's my last tie. And it is the Coen Brothers' Ballad of Buster Scruggs and Mission Impossible Fallout.
I saw one, and I loved it. I haven't seen the other. I will, though.
Yeah, Ballad of Buster Scruggs. It's great. It's like a book of Western short stories
It's
come
Coen
to
Brothers,
life.
yeah.
And I really enjoyed all the stories. I really enjoyed the acting. And Mission Impossible Fallout is one of the most well-constructed action films I have seen in years.
Loved it. No arguments here.
Yeah,
I love
I
Mission
mean,
Impossible.
And the story, it's like the Mission Impossible movies, all of them. I don't really care about the story, but the action filmmaking is what I go for. And Christopher McQuarrie is has become one of the best.
I love what he's
directors
doing with the
working right now.
franchise. I love what he's doing with that.
Yeah.
And Henry Cavill is a great beep. I'm sorry, no spoilers. I can't say that, but he's amazing. The whole cast is. I loved it. No arguments here. Quick thoughts. Mission Impossible.
Well,
guys.
the more I've been reading about it, of course, it comes out as Mission Impossible 6. And I'm like, well, why do I want to see Mission Impossible 6? But I keep reading things that say everybody that sees it says it is very good.
It's amazing. I did love it.
The action filmmaking is just, I mean, it can't be beat. It's unbelievable. And the stunts, the stunt crew, my God.
It was my favorite summer movie, second to Hotel Artemis. But more about that next week. Yeah. Quickly, number 9. I love this film. No one saw it. I love it. I'll fly through it, though. Forgive me. Sweet Country, powerful Australian Western that is just, it's criminally overlooked. I loved it. Aboriginal farmhand defends his son against a racist, abusive boss. Sam Neill, Brian Brown star in it. Makes you think, is there anywhere the European male went and did not farm things over? It's a beautiful film, great cinematography. Go see Sweet Country whenever you get a chance. Excellent. We'll go right. Number 8. My number 8 is, I'm quite excited to talk about it. Blaine, what is your number 8?
I'll give another film that probably nobody saw also, Netflix film called The Tale. And it's a true story about Laura Dern examining her first sexual relationship. And I thought it was really outstanding. But again, if Laura Dern's in a film, I'm going to see it.
Yeah, she's good. She's good at being a martyr, too, you know.
Well, this one, she's a little bit of a martyr.
It's Star Wars joke. Sorry,
Okay.
Blaine. Sorry. Go on. But boom. Where's the balls? You can throw a ball at that one. Go ahead, Blade. Sorry.
I don't think that was pretentious, per se.
It was just dumb.
We threw all the balls away anyway.
Sorry. Go on, Blade. Go
Well, that
on.
was the film. Just catch it if you can.
What's the name again?
The Tale.
The
And
Tale.
It's based, again, one of these films based on a true story, which I tend to like.
All right. The Tale on Netflix. Jason, my man, number 8, bud.
Okay. This is a film I saw in Atlanta, but I think it's still playing here at the Grail, and it's a beautiful film. It's very heartfelt. It's Japanese. It's called Shoplifters. It's about family. It's about what makes a family, and it's basically about these these Japanese folks that live well below poverty line. There's like 5 of them in like a single room house in Japan, very small, and most of them get by. Well, actually, all of them get by on petty crimes like shoplifting, stealing things. One girl works at it's not exactly a strip club, but kind of idea. And they take this little girl who they think is being mistreated, and they bring her into the family, and they make her part of it. And it's a really touching movie. It's kind of like Roma, which I'm sure we'll talk about. It's like what makes a family a family. It's definitely check it out.
Yes, it sounds wonderful. I'm definitely seeing it at the Grail this week. Love the trailer. Man, they really show some good stuff. Fine Arts Cinema does too. I'm so thankful those cinemas are here. Blaine, I'm sorry, Ian. What are your thoughts on Shoplifters? Do you know it?
He really,
Have you
he
seen
really
it?
wants to call me Blaine.
I'm cross-eyed tonight.
No, I saw the preview. I really wanted to see it. It looks like a beautiful film.
Okay. Yeah, I can't wait. Can't wait. All right, number 8, my man Ian. What you got?
I've got Paul Schrader's First Reformed.
Oh, I love Paul Schrader.
Yeah, I hope and please chime in on this if you'd like, Jason. But Paul Schrader was the writer of Taxi Driver, director of American Gigolo and Cat People, 2 films that I absolutely love. And it's starring Ethan Hawke and Amanda Siegfried, I think is how you say her name.
Yeah,
and
Siegfried.
And Cedric the Entertainer,
Yeah.
who's fantastic
He
in the
is
movie.
fantastic.
Wow.
Like,
Fantastic in the movie. I didn't know he was a dramatic actor. He's fantastic. And I mean, really, if there's any justice, Ethan Hawke will be up for Best Actor, which I think he should,
Agreed.
and Amanda Siegfried too for Best
Yeah.
Supporting Actress.
Amanda Siegfried, like think of that. I mean, like this, but I mean, yeah. Paul Schrader is able to catch these amazing performances out of these kind of actors you don't really think about a whole lot.
Yeah.
Did Paul Schrader also write King of Comedy?
No,
It has
no, he
his
didn't.
tone to it. I thought he
No,
wrote that.
He wrote for Scorsese. He wrote Taxi Driver, Last Temptation of Christ, and Bringing Out the Dead.
Love the latter. Love the
He also
latter.
wrote and directed Autofocus.
Oh yeah,
I was-
Autofocus too.
I
yeah.
just jotted that down. 2 of my favorite films in their respective years, Schrader films. Autofocus, I love any movies about show business. Autofocus, ladies and gentlemen, is the movie about the mysterious murder of Bob Crane and Hogan's Heroes and all that. And Affliction with Nick Nolte.
Yeah.
And, oh gosh, James Brolin was the father? I think it was
That's James Coburn.
James Coburn was the alcoholic father.
Yeah, and James Coburn won the Oscar for that.
Yeah, Affliction is fantastic for kids' birthday parties.
And,
Show that is
and-
outstanding.
And underlooked. That's funny. And underlooked.
Thank you very much.
And under,
Hey, witness.
an underlooked Schrader film is Mishima, A Life in 4 Chapters. It's a film he made in Japan about the writer Yukio Mishima, and it's an utterly amazing movie.
But back to First Reformed, I think the only reason it isn't getting better reviews than it did is because it's a bleak movie, especially at the end.
It's a bleak movie, and it revolves around religion and God and
Yeah.
faith and lack of faith and things like that. And
Gosh,
that's not a popular thing.
I want to keep talking about Paul Schrader. We could have a whole show about
yeah.
Paul Schrader, but we
Oh,
must
he's
keep going.
fantastic.
Love Paul Schrader. My number 8 is actually something we want to talk about a lot tonight, and that is Death of Stalin. Inarritu, right? Is that correct?
That's Armando Iannucci.
Iannucci.
A Scottish
I'm so sorry.
Scottish filmmaker of Italian descent.
He is incredible, the master of satire, and this is, of course, a historical satire about the Man of Steel, the death of the Man of Steel, Death of Stalin. We're going to talk about it in just a moment, but man, what can you say? It's incredible. Great film. Number 7, Blaine.
One of your favorites, of course, and that was A Star Is Born.
I'm trying to find that trapdoor button, man. What's going on?
Well, you only saw it.
Are you guys hiding it?
You only saw it what 3 times?
Oh yes, 3,000 times. Just like how many it's been remade. Yes,
Right,
yes.
because you love remakes and you love musicals, and it's your type film. But I thought I told you. I don't know, do you guys see it?
I didn't get to see it. My girlfriend saw it, and she loved every minute of it.
Well, I told also T-Rex a couple weeks ago. The best thing in the film was the dog was great. It's Bradley Cooper's dog also. And I think he should be up for an Academy Award if they had a dog award.
Oh,
I'm
that's a
sure-
funny idea. I like it.
I'm sure I'd enjoy it if I get off my snobby horse. I also do want to see it. I hear Andrew Dice Clay is
He
outstanding as the
was good,
father.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's just not my bag, baby. I
It's
just don't want to see
it's
it
kind of-
again.
He said she enjoyed it. It's kind of a fun film to see. I enjoyed it. I was surprised.
I'm glad you loved it. That's awesome.
It's a movie with Andrew Dice Clay, and you're
Yeah.
not like
He's
all about
Lady
it.
Gaga's father.
Right.
Well, it's no Ford Fairlane, baby. Oh,
Andrew Dice Clay was in Woody Allen's Blue Jasmine.
he was
a few years
great.
ago. He was fantastic.
I loved
yeah.
it. He's actually a great actor. He just got stuck in that role. Blah 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 blah. But yeah, I'll check it out. Did it go to the Brew yet?
No.
No Brew. They'll get it. They'll get it.
Yeah, I think it's still at the theaters, or it just might have gone away. But I'm sure the Brew will have it like in a couple of weeks.
Hey, speaking of theaters and what they have, it's 7:30 here on the Shine Box, underwritten by Grail Movie House. Starting this weekend is Alfonso Cuarón's Roma. They will also keep Shoplifters, keep it another weekend, and something called Green Book. Don't forget Bad Movie Night, Silent Sundays with Frank Thompson, and coming in February, Oscar-nominated short films. Cannot wait for that. Yeah, so great stuff at the Grail still. Awesome. All right, Jason, I think we're on number 7 for you, buddy.
I'll talk about another one. Let me see. As I said, mine aren't in order, but I want to leave Roma to
No,
Patrick.
please go for it.
Go ahead.
Why don't we both talk about
Talk
Roma?
in,
Okay,
talk
yeah,
in
yeah,
sync at the same time. Go.
Roma is a beautiful film. The cinematography is amazing. So many tracking shots in it. It has to do with a family in Mexico in the 70s and their
Live-in nanny housekeeper.
yeah, it's been on it was on Netflix. I think that's where it premiered, but it's going to come to the Grail in a second.
It premiered.
Excellent.
It premiered in L.A. and New York, and then went to Netflix. Yeah. Well, no, it's there's a lot that could be talked about with Roma because it is Alfonso Cuarón's sort of love letter to his nanny when he was growing up in Mexico City, and it's set in a affluent neighborhood of Mexico City called Roma, and the film it belongs to the young actress whose name I can't call. Who plays Cleo, their housekeeper, and it's really her story, and her story. It's very harrowing, but in the end, very hopeful and beautiful.
Wonderful. Yeah, I'm sure my list will be changed once I see it this weekend. Thoughts, Blade? Roma, the director? Any thoughts?
Haven't seen it.
Okay. Well, moving on. Is it my 7? Is it my lucky number 7 now? All right. Not much on this because
Oh,
we're
no,
going to talk.
it's me.
I'm sorry. Go ahead. Sorry, sir. Sorry.
My 7 is much lighter. It's Paddington 2
Oh,
by Paul King.
I so want to see it. I see clips and
Oh,
clips, and I
it's-
fall in love with it.
It's so beautiful, man. It's even better than the first Paddington movie, which I absolutely loved. It's so stylish, so heartwarming, so fun.
And it's
you-
a well-made. It's G-rated, right? Like a well-made G film or PG.
It's a brilliantly made.
Excellent, which
G
is
film.
rare. Yeah,
Well, I mean, I got 2 of those this year.
good.
But yeah, Paddington 2, it's brilliantly made. It's visually very inventive. Definitely inspired by Wes Anderson, but very much, not derivative, in my opinion. And it's got great performances, too. Brendan Gleeson as this chef in this jail is absolutely hilarious. And Sally Hawkins is, it's worth checking out her whole film.
From Shape of Water. She's wonderful.
Yeah, she's wonderful. Anything she's in, she's always worth watching.
But
Amen.
How does it compare to Teddy 2?
Teddy 2.
Ted? You mean
Oh,
Ted?
Ted?
Ted 2, yeah.
Ted 2?
Ba-dum-bum.
Much better.
Surprise!
better.
Wow.
No, I was
Imagine
surprised.
that.
Did you see? I saw Ted, the first one.
I saw the first one. I haven't seen the
I
second
liked
one.
it. It
yet.
was fun.
It was fun, yeah.
But the second one I missed.
Yeah, I didn't see it.
Okay.
Well, I'm going to jump through my next 2. My number 7, we're going to talk about it later, is Annihilation. Mind farming, fantastic. This is why you see films on the big screen. If you missed it, shame on you. In the vein of 2001 or Dark City is Annihilation. We're going to talk about that in just a moment. I know you guys loved it.
Why don't you go ahead and talk about it?
Actually, I'm saving my time for my number 5, which I really, really want to get into. But Annihilation, Natalie Portman, oh gosh, just Oscar Isaac. I
Yeah.
mean, what can you say? It's like you go out questioning what happened.
Yeah, it's a very good science fiction film from Alex Garland again. I think he
From Ex Machina.
Yeah, he's becoming like kind of the
based on a beloved sci-fi trilogy of books, correct?
Is it based on a trilogy of books?
It's a trilogy of books.
I thought he like wrote it.
How well about that?
I didn't know, but yeah, it's very well made. It's good to see a cast of a sci-fi movie that is all female,
And they were wonderful.
Yeah.
There's so many creepy things that happen in a flesh horror kind of thing, like a David Cronenberg style of horror. But I can't talk about that because those are spoilers. And don't let anyone spoil Annihilation for you. What?
Oh, just no, sorry.
Was that point to the camera? It's all about the point to the camera. All right. Number 6, gentlemen. Oh, my gosh. 25 minutes left. We're on number 6. Number 6, Blaine.
I think I'm up to I'm up to 5, but what?
Did we skip one? All right.
No, I think I tied 2, but
There you go. Why not?
I'll give Robin Williams "Come Inside My Mind," a
Are we,
documentary.
can we count that? HBO movie? Can we count that? Judges?
Blaine can do what he wants.
Amen.
Well, I
Amen.
didn't know what we were told we couldn't use.
I'm being silly. Go ahead. Robin Williams, Inside My Mind.
Great documentary. If you like, even if you don't like Robin Williams, it was touching. It was sweet. It was funny. Great film if you can catch it.
Oh, yeah. I got the HBO app. Shame on me for not seeing it yet. I mean, gosh, I miss Robin Williams. We all do, I'm sure.
Yet, it's funny. As you'll see the documentary, his last stuff was very dark. His last maybe 5 films or something, for the most part, where I thought kind of dark. They weren't the typical Robin Williams stuff. Some of it wasn't very good either. I didn't like him toward the end.
Well, we all can't do Patch Adams over and over again, right, boys?
Nor should we.
Nor should we. Nor should we. Right. Yeah, here we go. Number 6, Jason. No.
Well, yeah, I mean, as I said, mine's not really in order. We talked about some of them already, like Annihilation and Sorry to Bother You. And why don't we just go into Hereditary? I know it was coming up on your
Please.
list,
Take all the time you want, buddy.
but it's yeah. There's a lot of hype around this movie, and I know Patrick will
Well-deservedly so.
disagree with me that
Don't listen to him.
It's a fantastic film, but the thing about Hereditary, and actually a lot of movies that are on my list, is that people took some bold risks and
Chances, big chances.
theater
Yes,
this year.
they rolled the dice.
And film this year,
Excellent.
and this it's a movie where, of course, it's another one that when I heard of, I was like, that can't be any good. And then when I saw it, I was like, wow, that was amazing.
The trailers had me from the get-go.
Yeah.
Just
But
terrified me, but didn't spoil a thing.
it's a movie, at least in my opinion, that you don't know where it's going. Like
Exactly.
where it starts from and where it ends are two completely different places.
Well, here on 737, welcome to the Hereditary Show, everybody. Ian, your thoughts. Go.
My thoughts. I think it's you can't take the filmmaking off of it. The filmmaker's fantastic, brilliantly made, brilliantly acted. Unfortunately, I thought the first act and the ending of the film were really fantastic, and the middle section of the film just did not hold up.
Wow.
I thought it was very soft and underwritten, and the filmmaking definitely disguises it. It just didn't work for me.
Okay, cool.
You know,
Nothing wrong with that.
But again, I understand why people like it, and I don't take it off of them.
Well, I'm going to say more about Hereditary in just a moment. And I'm sure we'll talk about it next week.
No, it's
one
not- it
of
won't-
your categories.
No, it won't be on the worst of, no.
But yeah, I love it. But I'll talk about it in just a moment. All right, here, number 6. We're all going to talk about this.
Oh,
My
yeah.
number 6.
Hang on, it's my turn.
Oh my gosh, sorry. Go ahead, buddy.
Keep trying to skip me or call me Blaine.
Blaine.
My number 6 is a controversial choice, in quotes, controversial choice.
Robin Hood?
No, not that kind of controversial. It is The House That Jack Built by Lars von Trier.
Oh, I can't wait to see that.
Yeah, I mean, it's one where, Lars von Trier was definitely courting controversy, and he got it. And he got it. And it is a very hard film. It's a very stylish film. And I think the conceit of the narrative is and I don't want to give any spoilers, is really brilliant. I think Matt Dillon, some of the best work I've ever seen from him.
Is he really? Is he good at it? Because I've never.
Yeah, he's
I
fantastic.
just see the '80s tough, cocky guy in all his movies.
He's fantastic. Well, I think Matt Dillon is a very underrated actor.
Interesting.
And
Cool.
I think it's great. Bruno Ganz, who was in Wings of Desire for Wim
Yeah.
Wenders, he played Hitler in Downfall.
Love
He
that
was
film.
Absolutely
Love that
brilliant.
film.
I mean, the man made, he showed the humanity of Hitler, which is very hard to do. He was brilliant. And And it's a very hard film. It's not going to be for everybody. It's going to push a lot of buttons, and I just think it's brilliant.
When did this movie come out?
The House that Jack built.
It's been going around the country for a while.
It just came out. It just premiered in December.
Oh, so it hasn't had
It hasn't hit Asheville. It will.
Well, with Lars Van Trier, you never know. But-
Yeah, no, I don't think it will. I think it has been pulled because it was so controversial.
Yeah, didn't it get booed at, which you mentioned, Cannes,
Yeah,
stuff
but
like that?
so many things get banned at Cannes,
Yeah,
or
it's
booed
true.
at Cannes. It's like, you there's no tis of that.
Can. Yeah, can. Get the can. All right. So yeah, number 6, yes. I'll quickly through this because we'll talk about it later. My number 6 is another masterpiece from Wes Anderson. This is Isle of Dogs. Who could not love this film? I'm talking to you, Meg Hell-Brunton. I love it. It's another. Maybe he should stick with stop motion all the way. I love Isle of Dogs. Every scene has an Easter egg. Just every tiny little shot in the background has something to watch. Love it. We'll talk about it down the road. Yeah, Isle of Dogs. See it if you haven't. What's wrong with you?
Did you guys see it?
It seems like every time I had a chance, there was something going on. Like I missed the theatrical release, and then I missed it at the pizza company. So yeah, I know. I really wanted to see it, and it probably would have been on my list had I actually seen it.
It's on my list coming up. So
Excellent. Blaine, quick thoughts?
Haven't seen it.
What? Punch him right in the mouth? No.
Let's relax on the violence. It's all
Ba-dum-bum.
peaceful here.
Oh, we need a French glove like they have in Cannes Film Festival. Chocolat bleu.
I mean, there's nothing wrong with a punch in the mouth between friends.
Yeah, it's Fight Club. We can't talk about it, which is now 20 years old. Oh, my gosh. How about that? Fight Club, 20 years old. Now you know. And knowing is what?
Half the battle.
Half the battle.
You're pointing at me like I was in trouble. You know.
Generation X, baby. All right, we're here. We're the middle of the road with number 5. Blaine, your 5th favorite movie of the year.
I'll have to skip. I think I only have 4 left. So I'll skip 5 and wait till.
Well, just make something up.
Okay.
Make up a title.
I didn't add. I'll add one that wasn't on my list. The Hate You Give. Did you see that at all?
Interesting. I've heard great things, though.
Interesting film. Again, a lot of people probably missed it, but it was well acted. I forgot the woman, a young actress. She was in it, but she was great. The lead character, and so a girl switches between 2 neighborhoods. Good film.
The Hate You Give. Yeah, it's on every critic's list. And one of those that, again, under my radar. Sorry about that. Jason, my man.
Well, I only have 2 that I haven't really talked about, and I'm saving one for the end, and we're going to talk about the other one in a second because
Cool.
it's on all over the list. But I'll just say one more thing about First Reformed. I think it would have been higher on my list had it been like more Scorsese-esque, like the cinematography and stuff, and just the only thing that like brought it down was the fact that it was kind of. I mean, it was a great story. It captured you, but it wasn't really visionary filmmaking. I don't know.
Well, it's very old-fashioned film. I thought
Yeah,
this.
exactly.
I mean, even the aspect ratio that it was filmed in was very old-fashioned.
Yeah, it was a lot tighter. It's
Yeah.
it's not your wide like 1 to like 1.7.
I
or
forgot
whatever.
my pipe tonight. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
No, but I love the cinematography in it. I mean, it's
Beautiful.
Schrader at this point, he's become an old master,
Oh,
and
I
that's
love
and that's
Schrader.
and that's that's it.
He's on the list of directors to clone, on my list anyway. Next few, down your list there, Ian Patrick Mendez.
Well, this one we could skip over because we already talked about it, and it's Roma, directed by Alfonso Cuarón. I mean, the one thing I'll say about it is
Give it some more love, that's all right.
no. The one thing I will say about it is Alfonso Cuarón directed it, he wrote it, and he also was his own cinematographer. And I would not in any way be upset if Alfonso Cuarón won his second Best Director Oscar this year.
Yeah,
Nice.
or at least like cinematography. This, I mean, it is a beautiful film. It's in black and white, like really rich black and white.
Yeah, and the way the camera moved through the movie was just it was spellbinding.
Wonderful film. Cool. My number 5. This is what I'm saving time for because I love this film. Widows by Steve McQueen and Julian Flynn. What the farm, the left screams for powerful action movies with women, and no one goes to see it. a heist film to beat most heist films. McQueen is a master of show, don't tell, and he uses an outstanding cast to show what a female-led film can be. Eat it, Ocean's 8. This is the film to see. In a nail-biting adventure, it also discusses race, class structure, and even nepotism in politics. Shame on everybody for not going to see this and making this the blockbuster it deserves to be. That's Widows.
I'm not going to take that shame. Not going to take this shame.
Oh, no. That was not inadvertently talking to you, buddy. It's not about you, all about you.
Okay.
No, it flopped. The critics loved it. It flopped, but it should not have. Great film, Widows by Steve McQueen.
Well, again, I think I missed it because after I saw Ocean's 8, and I don't walk out a lot of films, but I walked out on that. Ocean's 8, and I didn't want to see
Actually, it
another.
did look fun, but this is the one to see.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, Kate Blanchett, she's in that. I mean, come on. All right. Well, we have 15 minutes left on the Shine Box on WPVM, so we got to go with number 4. Blaine, you have a number 4 for us?
I'll go, I don't know if it's number 4, but I'll go with another documentary, Won't You Be My Neighbor?
Oh, loved it.
Fred Rogers.
Cried my eyes out. Who doesn't?
With a
Who wouldn't?
documentary. And then it's incredible. They're coming out. Tom Hanks is going to be in the film.
Mm-hmm.
Looking forward to that as well.
Yeah, the dramatic version. Did you guys get a chance to see it? Oh, they hate Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood, man. I don't know why I have him on the show. Gaw.
Did they talk about his military time?
Urban legend, apparently. Great documentary. I loved it. Who doesn't like Mr. Rogers? We need another Mr. Rogers kind of show, but nothing can replace him. Number 4, Jason.
Well, I talked about a lot of mine. This isn't actually my number 4. This is actually my number 2, but I might as well just talk about it.
Go for it.
The Favorite.
Yeah.
How do you pronounce his name? Largos.
Lanthimos.
We need
Yorgos
an
Lanthimos.
hour-long show to talk about the Lanthimos.
Amazing film. It's not your typical history. it's all totally his own vision of this, and it's fun. It's funny. It's well filmed. He films a lot in like really wide angles.
The fisheye lens, he had some of that.
And I mean,
the man's a genius.
It's a great ride.
I'm a huge fan. Love him.
Another beautiful film, great acting, and all 3 women are
Yeah.
fantastic.
Would you say his best film of all of his English language films?
Yeah, probably. And I mean,
Cool.
his trajectory is just amazing, going from The Lobster to Killing of a Sacred Deer, which was just last year.
Yes.
And then going to this.
Yeah, respectively,
Brilliant
one after another.
filmmaker.
Yeah.
And I love the fact that there was a lobster in the movie.
That's right, there was. They had lobsters. Number 4 for you, buddy.
All right,
Ian?
I'm skipping up to number 2 because my number 4 is Isle of Dogs, and my number 3 is The Favorite. So my number 2
There you go.
is The Death of Stalin by Armando Iannucci.
Pick the show here, my man. Go ahead.
Yeah, well, I mean, this cast is unbelievable. You get the legendary Michael Palin.
Woohoo!
Yeah, in a supporting role. Steve Buscemi is great. Jason Isaacs is hilarious.
Jeffrey Tambor
is great, and the actor Rupert Grint.
Is that Brea? Is he Brea?
He's Stalin's son. Yeah.
Oh no, I'm thinking of Brea.
Stalin's son.
Whoever played Brea was amazing.
Yeah. Well, I can't remember the actor's name, but he's incredible as Stalin's son. And it's a hard movie. It's a deep, dark satire.
Mm-hmm. And like you said before, it definitely does this and does a great job. Pokes fun at the right and the left, and does incredible work doing both.
Yeah, most definitely. No one is safe from Armando Iannucci and his satires. Yeah.
I mean, if you're just a fan of history, watch it. Death of Stalin. It's fantastic. All right, quick thoughts. Death of Stalin, gentlemen.
Well, you kept talking about it, and I wanted to catch it, but I never did.
It's this year's Colossal. You got to see it. You got to see it. You got to see
lot.
it. You got to see it.
Well, I would have seen it, but you gave it all away, so now I don't have to see it.
Boom.
Yeah,
You're good.
Stalin
You're
dies at the
good.
beginning.
All right, with 12 minutes, pressure's on, Rock. My number 4, I don't think you guys saw this. I know one of you didn't like it. It is Can You Ever Forgive Me? Director Mariel Heller has made a film just for me, a morbid, depressing, dark comedy that is also a middle finger to the pretentious art world. Art is what you make, not what you can buy. I was blown away by the best performance ever by Melissa McCarthy. Give her and Richard E. Grant the Oscar. And go see Can You Ever Forgive Me if you haven't yet. Fantastic dark comedy. Loved it.
I'll agree with you. I rethought it after you and I talked about it. Definitely McCarthy's best performance ever. And also another another thing that should be recognized, they also had a great performance by a cat in that too. And so I'm a big thing. My wife will see, and she loves cat films, and that's caught her attention.
Yeah.
And I thought Cat was great.
Tough scene with the cat, but outstanding film. See if you haven't, fellas. You'll love it. You'll love it. All right, I think we're on the top 3 in 10 minutes. Can you do it? Pressure's on, guys. Can we do it?
We can do it because I'm just going to talk about my number one.
Go ahead.
Of the year.
That's what I mean. Well, Blaine didn't get to go, did
It's
he?
like,
wait, that's right.
No, I'm same thing too. Go
It's
ahead.
it's like Quentin Tarantino. We're going out of order. All right, wild man.
I'm down to 2 and 1, so
Go ahead.
go for it.
Okay, so a film that I didn't see on either of your lists, and I know Mr. Mendes wasn't a fan of it.
Mendes.
Mendes.
I'm Portuguese.
But a film that is unlike any other film that came out this year, in my opinion. It's Grindhouse meets the Art House. It is the film Mandy by who is it by?
T-Rex shake.
By Panos Cosmatos.
I loved it.
Cosmic toast.
Cosmic toast.
For me, it's wild. It is again another film you have no idea. Like you go into this film, you have no idea where it's going to go, and it takes you on quite a ride. Yeah, it's corny at times, but it's supposed to be. And what I like about Panos Cosmos is he commits to his film, and he stays with it. He commits to just the craziness of it, the wildness, and it's really unexpected.
Perfect. Go ahead. Sorry.
I also I love his use of like colors and colored lights and stuff. Some people, I mean, he did use like lens filters, but he used a lot of just lighting and to make those colors in it, and it's very trippy. I think it has one of the most hallucinogenic scenes in it that I think.
Yeah, the face morphing
I've
scene
ever
just
seen.
blew me away.
Yeah.
It was
And-
wild, man.
And although he will not be nominated for an Oscar,
Nick Cage.
Nick Cage's performance in it is
Nick Cage in his bathroom,
is
in his underwear
legendary.
with
that,
vodka.
Yeah, that one scene, like 2 minutes static shot of him in his underwear, like pouring vodka on him and screaming.
I loved it,
just-
buddy. I'm with you. I'm with you.
was
Quick
just crazy.
retorts on Mandy. Go.
Well, I love Nicolas Cage. I love everything he does because he's just bizarre. The thing about Mandy, and the reason why it's on my overrated list is, first of all, you can't take the filmmaking off of it. It's aesthetically gorgeous. It's conceptually gorgeous, and I have the same like fatal problem with it that I do with Dario Argento's original Suspiria, which is the pace is such that it feels like you're there for 4 hours, and that for me just doesn't work.
It is
Fair
a
enough.
slow movie. It starts off slow, but then, I mean, once it gets going...
I don't mind slow as long as it pays off at the end, and it did.
When did it get going?
Like,
Ooh, fight.
after the scene with the cheddar goblin, like that was basically the turning point. He starts to go crazy, and
I forgot about Cheddar.
and that's when it becomes the revenge film that it actually is. It's not actually a horror film, which a lot of people want to bill it as, but it's a revenge film.
Gosh, I wish I could just let the rest of the show go with you two fighting over Mandy. You need need your actions for
I
it.
don't
though.
take it. I don't begrudge anyone liking it. I get why people like it. It's the pacing, and I love slow movies. The pacing in that was it was painful.
Oh no, it
It was
wasn't.
painful.
You're
But
right.
I mean, it's still. I'm sure it's still playing in my room. I don't know.
Just one other thing, it was a movie and that I think you had to see with other people, like in a theater, because it
Best
is
cinema midnight showing.
it is
definitely.
a very call and response.
Blaine, you should take your
film.
family to see it. You'd love it, Mandy.
I missed it.
Well, with the time we have remaining, guys, I wanted to do a crazy order here. I just want to get to my top 3 here real quick, and then we'll retort and reciprocate.
I just wanted to say my number one.
Please, go ahead.
Yeah, no, I just wanted to say
we'll do it.
my number one is Luca Guadagnino's Suspiria remake.
Incredible. Please tell us about that quickly.
Well, we don't have much time, so I won't
Oh,
go
no.
into it in detail. But
You have time.
it's a Dario Argento's Suspiria is 90 minutes. It feels like it's 4 hours long. Luca Guadagnino's is 2.5 hours, and it feels like 2.5 hours.
Interesting.
And that's one of the things I feel like he really fixed from the original. I admire the original a lot. Don't get me wrong, and I love it in many ways. But this film is aesthetically gorgeous, has fantastic acting, and it just haunts me. And I didn't expect it would. It's also very pretentious, and bloated.
What's different about it than besides like the running than Dario or
Practically everything. It has the same, basically it has the same story, but everything is different.
Well, my procrastination is the reason I didn't see the remake. I really wanted to. By the time I got a chance, a night off to see it, it was gone. So I apologize about that. I will definitely check it out. I love Tilda Swinton in anything.
She plays 3 roles in this.
Oh, with the time we have left, gentlemen, I just want to go through my top 3 because I want to get your thoughts on these, definitely. Here's the top 3 best films of the year. Number 3, thank you, CNN Films, the maker of Love Itself. You did a fantastic job of a documentary, Love Gilda, documentary about Gilda Radner. You don't have to be a big fan of her. You don't have to be a big SNL fan. You don't have to experience cancer. All you have to do is be a human being and to love this film. We seem to not let celebrities age nor have flaws. We want them to be the persona that we always attach to them. One of the best things about this movie was a quote from her, one of the many great quotes. She says, "I can't go see Ghostbusters. I dated all those guys." I love that. It's great. See it. It's probably on Netflix, YouTube. It's Love Gilda. You will, and bring some Kleenex. You'll love it. You'll love it. That's Love Gilda, everybody. My number 2, we all agree, we talked about it, The Favorite, by one of the best new directors ever, Yorgos Lanthimos.
I don't agree with that part, but yes. I think The Favorite is brilliant. I just, I haven't liked any of his other movies.
I'm out of balls. I'm throwing T-Rex at you, buddy. Yeah, Favorite, go see it. Love it, love it, love it. I'm going to give you my number 1, unless anyone has a top 3 they haven't mentioned yet. Blaine?
Top 2. I think we
Go ahead.
went through all this. Your favorite film, of course, I'll Steal the Thunder, was The Green Book. That's number 2. Okay, and
Nothing wrong with liking Green Book.
did you guys see it? Did you see it?
That's a no.
I didn't
No's
see it,
all
no.
around.
Okay, well, I enjoyed it. And number 1 surprise documentary was RBG, about Ginsburg,
Yeah.
and it's the
Shame on
best.
me for not watching that.
Great documentary.
Powerful film.
Shame on you.
Shame. Just like Michael Fassbender. Shame. Guys, quick thoughts before I give you my number 1 best film of the year.
I haven't seen RBG.
All right, Jason, nothing? All right,
Go for it.
here it is. Dun, drum roll, please. Dun, 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 dun. It is Hereditary, or How I Love Nudging Ian Patrick Mendez in the Ribs.
Well, I mean, I'm not offended or anything. I told you. It's like I begrudge no one for liking it. I see why they like it.
We'll see what you think of this. This film deserves its moniker best horror film since The Shining. Absolutely terrifying, genre-crossing story. Best damn cinema experience in 2018. That's why it's my number 1. I could not sleep the night I saw it, nor could I look in my car's rearview mirror. That'll make sense when you see it, of course. So, of course, I saw it 3 more times. Second time for all the Easter eggs and the analysis. Third time just to be scared again. Give the Oscar to Toni Collette and or Melissa McCarthy. Toni Collette, just amazing. Amazing
She
actress.
was very underrated in many ways.
Yeah, she was absolutely incredible in Hereditary, and she had another movie out this year, didn't she, as well?
I don't recall.
I'm going blank. And Jason, I believe my second time watching it was your first time. I know I drug somebody to go see it. Like, please go see this with me.
You drugged someone to get them to see it?
Yes. I gave them some of that T-Rex tonic and the other lovely drinks we had tonight. Thank you, Hot Fizz gift shop, whatever that was. Yeah, they taste like sugar. They taste like soft drinks. Imagine that. We'll wrap it up here, guys. Thank you all for coming back to the Shine Box after our holiday break. This has been great. I actually love our list tonight. Nothing that makes me mad except Green Book.
What were you about to say?
And I was about to throw more balls at you, the pretentious balls. Thank you all so much. Any quick thoughts on the year?
Thanks for having us. I think it's been a pretty good year, all in all.
Yes. Thank you, Grail Movie House and Fine Arts for, not many small cities have the cinemas like we do. So how about that? And if I may, let's give a shout out to the big corporations. AMC is remodeling their theater, the one behind Target. And they're going to have apparently a bar and a restaurant and the recliners and the reserved seating. And I know you guys are just crazy about that, right?
It is what it is. I don't.
I love the theaters we have here. Yeah, one more minute to go. Something we haven't mentioned. Anything? Something dumb on my list. Quick thoughts.
I just like to get the last word. Hereditary and Mandy are overrated.
No, you will not have the last word. Go see it. Go see it. And watch Widows. I'll have the last word. Widows. Ian, you got some homework to do.
Oh, well, that.
My other thing is, can we get away from comic book movies this year, maybe?
You're not going to go see
Probably
Aquaman?
No. Well, I'll probably see it at the Pizza Company.
But apparently, wait, hold your tongue, young man. Apparently, Spider-Verse is like the bee's knees.
Yeah, that's one I haven't seen, but actually, I kind of want to see it because of like the filmmaking and the animation.
All right, we'll leave it on that. Go see Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse. It looks fun. Choose that over Venom, I guess we'll say. Thank you all so much. I want to wish you all a happy and safe New Year. Be safe and go hug a fireman, everybody. Thank you. Have a good night.
Believe in our hearts that there can be peace on this earth and goodwill among all men. On behalf of Lever Brothers Company and